Now, here's the real question. Of course, if you have an iPhone, 5, you should upgrade.
Sure.
If you like iPhones. But if you have an iPhone 6...
Well, it's always, I mean, you have to ask yourself how much you want the features then, because if you're on one of those plans that lets you upgrade every year, then yeah, you should. And if you're not, then
it's more than just the typical 5, 5S, 4, 4S.
I feel like when Apple does these stepped upgrades, what they're doing is they change the outside a lot on the first go-round, and they change the insides a lot on the second go-round. So it's much faster than the 6, which I think is a little bit surprising. The Touch ID is better, and the 3D Touch is pretty addictive. It's is it a must upgrade for people who have a phone that's less than a year old? Probably not, but it's a really nice upgrade.
It wouldn't be a bad one. The speed is, of course, because of the A9 processor, but there's another thing they've changed. It's got 2 gigs of RAM.
2 gigs of RAM is huge, and you'll see it most, I think, in Safari, or just in general when you're switching between apps. Anytime you launch an app and then you go to a different app and it has to go back to the beginning and reload itself, and you go, oh man, why is it taking so long? That's because it was out of RAM and it had to quit that app in the background. Or if you switch pages in Safari, it's the same thing. Why is it reloading that page? I left that page open. The answer is it purged it because it ran out of RAM. And with twice as much RAM, which is what the iPad Air 2 had last year, and it made a huge difference in the iPad Air 2. Yeah. So it'll be the same.
Some of this is iOS 9, this new card feature.
Yeah. Well, and did you see that you can activate that with 3D Touch?
No.
Yeah.
How?
So switch into an app.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness golly. All right, I'm in Photos.
And then you just swipe from the left side with some force, with some 3D Touch. The other side, your other left. Yeah. Try it. Yeah.
What? What the heck?
So it turns out that whole metaphor that they added for the app switcher was totally because of that.
Whoa! See, I didn't even know I could do that.
If you swipe part way, it'll pop into the app switcher, and if you swipe all the way, it'll just go back to the previous app.
What I really feel like is this is a power user version of the iPhone. The battery's a little smaller, strictly speaking, but battery life doesn't seem to have suffered. I haven't had it long enough.
iOS 9 improved battery life across the board, and that basically let them cut some battery out, which they needed to do for the Taptic engine, which gives you the nice haptic feedback. The whole buzzing thing, even when you're just getting a phone call with the vibration on, is better. It's more solid. It's a nice haptic.
What do you think, Natalie Dawn? You want the pink one? I think you want the pink one, don't you?
I got the pink. I don't know. It's a little girly.
Oh, Leo.
She said it's a little girly.
Oh, I got some silver.
I don't know.
I'm feeling good over here.
Yeah, you're manly.
Got my silver, got my space gray.
That's boring. Everybody has that. This is new. This is different.
It is new.
This is fancy. Anyway, as you know, I've been using an Android phone for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Frustrated a little bit with the lockdown nature of iPhone. I think this is enough of an update to really get me using the iPhone 6s on a regular basis.
With iOS 8 and 9, Apple's been unlocking a lot of doors that used to be locked with the custom keyboards, and they've been adding some features that give you more options.
Just a lower case on the keys has made a huge difference in usability.
Instead of it being it's only one way, now you can adjust even the stock
electric,
keyboard.
Folks. This is a digital device.
Oh, and the other thing I wanted to share with you is, did you notice in the keyboard that you can do text selection now? You have a cursor.
Now you say.
Oh, that's true.
I tried it, and now I've been able to do it. Oh, I don't want to upgrade. These are old notes, so I'm going to say upgrade later. So let me make a new note.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. How do I make a new note?
You've got to go into one of your
I have to start a folder. Okay.
And then down the bottom. New note.
All right. So now I've got the keyboard.
So type something. Type some junk in there.
Okay. And let's say I go. Oh, that's a wrong letter in there. Now normally you'd press it and you'd hold it and you get the magnifying glass. You're gonna zip around. Yeah. So now what? I 2 fingers on here?
No, you 3D touch onto the keyboard.
Oh, see, that's what I was doing wrong. So on an iPad, it's 2 fingers.
It's 2 fingers. On here, you just push a little harder, and it's a trackpad.
Oh, duty woody woody.
And that's the first time.
Come to Papa. Yeah, baby.
Text selection has never been more exciting than right now. But yeah, it turns it into a trackpad. That's the first time we've really seen a cursor on iOS ever.
Huge.
And it makes editing text a whole lot easier.
Sold.
You never have to move your finger off the keyboard. You just push a little harder, and now it's a trackpad.
The only thing Apple didn't do, lower the price. It's still a very expensive phone.
That is their standard. Well, yeah, and you got the Plus, which is an extra 100 on top.
And I got 128 gigs, which is an extra few hundred.
Yeah.
It's over $1,000 after taxes. But you know what? It's the computer you use more than any other computer in your life.
I think what I've heard from people is, especially with the 6 Plus, this becomes your computer. This is, you know, people with the big phone especially, that's what they rely on for everything they do.
I don't think I'm gonna use the iPad much anymore.
Yeah. That's why, I mean, theoretically that's why all the big phones became popular, is that there are lots of people for whom that is their computer. That's what they use.